I'm Melissa Rohlin with the Los Angeles Times, here with Bill Plaschke and Plaschke-Simers for another episode of LA Loud. USC quarterback Matt Barkley was at one point considered to be a top pick for the NFL draft. The past 2 years he's been at USC, his career has been sound but not spectacular. This season he's led his team to a 5-1 record. Has he both lived up to his potential and his expectations?
Well, I think he probably has not lived up to his expectations. You're correct, because I think he thought he'd have a breakout year this year and be a top 3 pick in the draft. I don't think that's going to happen. However, I don't think his story has yet been written here. I think there's more time for Matt Barkley here. I think, again, I'd like to see him next season. I'd like to see him stay in school and next season see what he can do with the team that's not on probation, where the players are motivated every game. Kiffin's had a couple years here now. See how that works under his system. So, again, the answer is no so far, but I'm not ready to close the book on him yet.
Yeah, I may have this wrong, but I've been under the impression that Barkley is already pretty much, there's a feeling he's going to the NFL. And I think one of the problems here, I watched him this last week. I was underwhelmed by Barkley, but I think people are underwhelmed by USC now. We've been spoiled. We had it so good here. 3 Heisman winners, USC winning the games in such grand fashion. They're not even in the top 25 right now, which is shocking. The first time a USC team that's 5-1 isn't listed in the top 25, which I think there's a pall over everybody in the country. And my question was, why isn't he up for Heisman consideration? Why isn't he even mentioned in the conversation after our 3 years ago expectation of what was coming? I can't tell you about an NFL quarterback because I still think we need to see. I think you're right. There's so much development that needs to take place. Theoretically, he should be tremendously developed now. He had Carroll, and now he's got 2 years of Kiffin, who's an offensive, quote, genius who's coached in the NFL briefly. There's something missing to me, and maybe it's just that there is nothing to be played for at the end of the year. A 5-1 record kind of gets a yawn from us, and maybe we take it out on Barkley. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see him again in a situation where all eyes are on him and the USC is judged the same way other teams are judged. Clearly, they're not judged the same way other teams are judged, 5-1, not in the top 25. The question I have for you is, do you think, again, he told me before the year in an interview, he said, well, if he has a great year, he wants to go out with a bang, he wants to go to the NFL. I don't think he should go to the NFL right now. Do you think he should go to the NFL?
You know, that's as a parent, I would always say no kid should ever go early in any sport because the college experience is so much fun. While I'm not sure the football experience is as much fun for those kids as we've had kids go to college, and we know what a good time they've had. I don't know if I think they can make a kid ready if he's got the natural ability to play in the NFL. I've never been as impressed as, I know you've been more impressed with him from day one.
Yes.
I never have been impressed by him. I think he was more of kind of a robot, the way he was taught to talk, the way he was taught to act.
I think he's become a leader, though. I think he's become more of a leader this year.
I think by default, in some cases, they've made him the leader. I think going out in a bang, as he said, he couldn't. Without a big bowl game, their last game of the year is against UCLA, so you can't go out in a bang. He can go out in a bang in the next few weeks. He's got Notre Dame, he's got Oregon, and Stanford. So you would think, as much as their game is built around the passing game and the quarterback, he's got to play.
So
up
there,
to that
basically,
level.
then what you said is a good point. You think in the next 3 weeks, or not next 3 weeks, in those 3 games, we'll know whether he's going to be here next year or next year.
I think there is a lot to be said for that. Can he play to an NFL level against 3 what we would consider pretty formidable
There
folks?
you got it. Get back to us in 3 or 4 games.
TJ, the entire time you were talking, I kept remembering one thing that you alluded to. You said that your college years, or college years in general, are fun. Did you have fun in college? It's not a word we often hear you use.
I think there's no better time to have fun. As I told my daughters, skip classes and quit any job you don't like because life starts the day you're done with college, and then you have responsibilities.
Advice from the great TJ Simers.
I love